Hello students, welcome to UDCA, and now we are going to discuss the topic of class 11th biology. The chapter name is biological classification. Under this topic you will study about viruses, viroids and lichens. So the viruses are very unique organisms which don't have a complete structure of cell. That's why they are considered a link between living and non-living. As viruses do not have a complete cell, that's why they are not kept in any group in a biological classification. So viruses, they are not having a complete cell, so they are having the characteristics, structural characteristics are like viruses contains a protein code with a DNA or RNA as a genetic material. As viruses are not having both DNA and RNA like other organisms, other cells, they have only DNA or RNA, not both as a genetic material. W.H. Stanley showed viruses can be crystallized. He showed that virus can be crystallized like other non-living things. Protein code called as capsid which protect the inner nucleic acid. So see in the structure, protein coat is outside and inside that DNA is kept. And now viruses can cause many diseases like influenza, AIDS, mumps, many diseases they are caused by viruses. Now in plants they also cause many diseases like yellowing and vein clearing in leaves, leaf rolling and mosaic formation, leaf curling, dwarfing and stunt growth. And some examples of plant viruses are bacteriophages. So this is a structure of bacteriophage. Here head, neck region, collar, sheath, tail and DNA inside it under the capsid coat in the core. Those viruses which infect bacteria, they are called bacteriophages. The genetic material of bacteriophages in plants mostly is RNA, and viruses inject their genetic material to the cell. Bacteriophages might have a lytic or lysogenic cycle. Lytic means they can dissolve the cell membrane and break into the cell, and they inject their genetic material into the cell. In lytic cycle such as T4 phases, bacterial cells are broken, and these broken bacterial cells, they the viruses they inject their genetic material into the cell and infect the cell. So bacteriophages which infect the viruses which infect the bacteria, they are called bacteriophages. Viral genome will integrate with the DNA of the host cell and replicate along with the harmlessly. An example of bacteriophage which following lytic and lysogenic cycle is E. coli bacteria. So viral genome means DNA or RNA which integrates means joined with the DNA of the host cell and direct to the host cell to synthesize their own type of cells means viral cells. Then the next organism that is viroid, and viroids are smaller than the viruses. They don't have the protein coating around the genetic material, and they have only naked RNA. So Theo Danner discovered viroids smaller than viruses. It causes potato spindle tuber disease. It has a free single stranded DNA, no protein code as in viruses. They are plant pathogens. Viroids cause diseases in plants. There are about 33 species of viroids. So viroids they infect the plant cell, and they are only having single strand RNA without protein code. Now the disease potato spindle tuber that is caused by viroids. First viroid to be found, natural host of this virus is this viroid is potatoes. Tomatoes are also susceptible to this disease. It means that potato can also be infected by this disease. Mild strains of potato spindle tuber viroids don't produce any obvious symptoms. Symptoms in several strains depend on the environmental conditions. So the environment decide the symptoms in potato spindle tuber viroids. Symptoms includes potato tuber disease symptoms include color change in foliage, smaller leaves of plant, spindle-like projections are found, sprouting occurs at slow rate, and necrosis. That necrosis damages the leaves of the plant. So these are symptoms of potato spindle tuber disease. Now the lichens. Lichens are also strange organisms, and they are made up of two components. One component of lichen is algae, and the other component is fungi. So this is a symbiotic association of algae and fungi. And so algae in this, the algal component they synthesize food for the fungi, and fungus absorbs nutrients, minerals and water from the soil. So they benefit each other. Fungus get food from algae, and algae get nutrients from the fungus from the soil, and they are so intimate that if you will see the lichen, you can't recognize the components separately. So algal component here that is called phycovant, fungal component is called mycovant. Lichen fungus member of Ascomycota. Lichen is neither a plant nor an animal. There are three different kingdoms. So lichens they are very strange, and one very interesting thing is associated with these fungi. They are good indicators of pollution. If the lichens are found in a region, so we can say the region is pollution free, because lichens do not grow in polluted areas. So lichens are the good indicators of pollution, and this is a symbiotic association of fungus and algae. Algal component is called phycovant and fungal component is called mycovant. Now they grow independently. When found together, they make trades of services. Fungus provides shelter from intense ultraviolet radiation, also absorbs water and minerals. The photovoltaics means algae provides carbohydrates through photosynthesis. And lichens are not parasitic, means they are not dependent on others for food, as Algae is a component of them, and algae can synthesize their food, and this food is given to the fungus, and fungus in return gives to the minerals and water to the algal component. So this is a very good association, symbiotic association of two organisms. And here you can study about algae, fungus, their association, that is called lichens. You will also know about the viruses and viroids, the structure and disease caused by them. Okay, thank you for watching the video.